Hey everyone, I'm back. Just a little bit of an update on what I've been up to. Uh, Multiple things. I feel like I've been running around doing a whole bunch of different stuff. So, as you guys know, I purchased a very large set of, or a large amount of watercolors recently. So I wanted to update you on what I've done there and then some other things going on. So I was able to unwrap all of the half pans and half pans and put magnets on the bottom. If you're looking at this is just a clipboard that has a big piece of magnet underneath it, one of those sticky magnets that I was talking about that I use. And all of these are half pans. They're actually stuck down to a piece of paper through the magnet of a list of all of the colors that I purchased. So these are the ones that I purchased open stock from Jackson's that were not in the 3 sets that I bought. One was the iridescent set, the 48 set, and then the 36 natural set. So these are the other colors that I did not have, and they were purchased open stock. So there is a method to the madness here. For example, this color is Azuro right here. That's what this pan is. It's got a magnet on the bottom with a glue dot underneath. And I used these mixed media scissors from Tim Holtz to cut my magnets because my magnets are kind of thick. But I also don't want to ruin my crafting scissors. And that's what these are meant for. So I use these to cut my magnet sheets because they're pretty thick. And I just put them, if you look at this, this was already labeled. This is not my handwriting. But I also wrote the name of the manufacturer on the side because I have a couple of different manufacturer watercolors in my huge palette that I'm going to actually be putting all of these into. So far, I have them all unwrapped. Some of them, so as you guys know, if you've purchased A Gallo watercolors before, if you purchase open stock, it comes like this inside of here, like the actual half pan will come inside of here. And this is also watercolor paper. Probably give you a different idea. This one right here it's on watercolor paper. So they've watercolored this and you get the pigment information on the back. But it's also wrapped in a piece of watercolor paper that has, again, the watercolor on here. So this is actual pigment from that watercolor. So that's how I'm actually going to arrange my swatch chart by colors. I will use these half pan wraps because I have one for every single color I bought with exception of the tube, because the tube came as a tube. Wrapped around it is watercolor paper with the actual paint swatch on the tube. Okay, so the tube I'll have to use. But every other half pan or full pan that I have, here's the full pan right here. It's the only full pan I have, has the paint already swatched on it. So I can order my chart, which this is 121 colors. They have to be added into my existing chart, which is right here. So it's double-sided. It goes this way. Well, this is half of it. So the other half is on the other side. So I've got to rearrange my colors in my swatch chart so that it is according to the way I want to see it. And the colors are grouped together. So I have to do both. I have to integrate the new colors into this chart while also putting these colors into the proper order. So that's a big undertaking. But right now I've just gotten everything. I just searched for half an hour for that swatch chart. This swatch chart was underneath a whole stack of stuff. I was like, I hope I didn't lose it or leave it somewhere when I went crafting, at somebody else's place. So these are all those half pans unwrapped, with the exception of the ones that are here on this side. And so what I did was I took a photocopy of all of the inserts. These 3 are the inserts that were in the sets that I bought, right? So the iridescent set, the 36, and then the 48. So if you look at this, I just took them and photocopied them through my printer, ran them through the scanner and printed out this piece of paper. That's exactly this in the same order. Why did I do that? Because I arranged them. They are arranged by the color on the swatch chart. So I know this one right here, even though it's on the side, lemon yellow permanent. It's written on there. That's, again, not my handwriting. It's actually on the chart in that spot. So that's what this is right here. And I can look down and find it. So I will be using these. Did I pick it up? No. Titanium yellow hue. I'll be using these to order them properly, or order them to the colors, to the order that I want to see them on my swatch chart. Okay. So I'll be playing this game of colors for probably about 6 hours, I'm sure. So they're arranged so I can just pick them out easily. Because if you look at some of these colors, you might think, oh, well, that's like, I don't know, gray or something like that. But that's actually green. I can see the word right here. It's hard to tell when you're looking at the color itself. But if you use the swatch from it, it'll be a lot easier. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just do that. And you're also looking down at the metal tin that I purchased additionally. I was thinking at first I would separate my A Gallo colors into their own tin. So this is an extra large hinged lid tin that's got 1 layer of watercolor in it, unlike my other palette, which you can have two layers. This only allows for 1, but this holds 175 half pans, which is way fewer than what I actually have for A Gallo. So there would have been room if I ever decided in the future to put them in here to grow. So, and you could put, watercolor brushes in here if you wanted, or whatever you bring along with you. So the entire collection does fit in this tin, but it's not going to hold my watercolors for now. And these are just magnets that I have in washi tape so that the paper underneath wouldn't move when I was doing it at first. But because all of these have magnets under them, the paper won't move now. But these are all the iridescents. These are the natural colors. And then these are the 48 set. And you can see there's gaps, which means that there was a double in this set with this set. So I just took them out and have those aside. So I don't have any doubles in the actual pan itself. So that's what I've been doing, is unwrapping a bunch of half pans. And most of them were easy. 2 I actually had to cut open. And they're in here as well. So you can see the iridescents. I split them up. So these are the iridescent ones. And then I think these were the 48 pan set. I just separated them out so that I would know in case I ever needed to know that. But they'll get all mixed together at some point with my little ordering game that I'm going to do. So I did that. That's where I'm at with the whole swatching part. And just so you guys can see it, these are where my magnets are right now. It's a big giant sheet. Well, this was some magnets that I had used for a project, and I decided not to use them for the project that I had. And so I cut it up. They were already cut into strips. I cut them further down, and these are little glue dot sheets, because the ones I ordered didn't come in a roll. Actually, it was funny. I ordered from Amazon, and there's a story behind all that. These are the glue dots that I'm using. The 3/16 inch glue dots they're not the smallest, but they're small. There's half inch, I think, is the next size up. And this is a pack of 600 that I got off Amazon because I didn't want to go to Michael's. I wanted to stay home and sleep in. So these arrived this morning, and I just was, off to the races again. So I used those to attach these little magnets that I have glue dots on. So I have extra ones if I get new half pans. I have empty half pans. So if I ever have to put some tube paint in, I'm ready to go. I'm going to just keep these in here. And this is actually a shipping box that I got from A Gallo for all of this stuff. So that takes care of what I was doing there. Oh, I have extra sheets of glue dots in there, just in case I need to cut more magnet, so in the future. So I'm ready to go there. I also wanted to show you something else that I did, because I got a little bit watercolor in the brain there. I'm going to move this out of the way. I have also organized my tubes. Do you guys remember this box? Well, this candy container. If you watched my video of me decorating the bag, that was a gift, a hostess gift. I repurposed the tin for the Kunafa chocolates. These are excellent, by the way. I got these at a Asian market near my home. Actually, both Asian markets carry it, and they're really the super big Asian market, not like a tiny one. So they carry European foods too, as well as Middle Eastern foods. So it's a nice place to shop if you want cheaper groceries. I don't know if you guys know that. A lot of times they are cheaper than your Publix or Harris Teeter in terms of all kinds of things. So if you ever go by one of those big Asian grocery stores, it doesn't smell great inside, but I'll tell you, the groceries are a little bit cheaper, and the produce is a lot nicer too, I think, in my opinion. And they have fresh fish, so that's the reason why it kind of smells sometimes, because they have fresh fish in there. So it smells like a fish market. But anyway, I digress. The watercolor tubes are in here, and I just, because this tin isn't rectangular, I had to make my own dividers. So all I did was take some of the flaps off of my shipping containers, shipping boxes, cut them down, and then, you know, sort of measured it. So these got cut with my, what do you call it? My cutter. And I have a rotary blade cutter is what I use. So I cut them down to the length of the box, and then I cut these two pieces as well. Same thing, those are flaps. To the height of the box, and then right here where you see the intersection, there's a slit cut in both of them. So the one that goes this way, there's a slit here, and the other one that's on the bottom facing up has a slit in as well. So that's what makes the dividers fit. So you could see I got corners cut off here, so I was able to fit all of my cool colored tubes, and then all the neutrals are in here in this container. And then I did the same thing with the warm colors. These are just the tube ones that I have. So the majority, or all of them except for one tube, is a Daniel Smith watercolor tube. And these I purchased from my D-stash from Aya. So she had, many years ago, she did a D-stash of her Daniel Smith watercolors. I always regret stuff like that. I don't know if I could do that. But I bought them from her, and then that's what built my initial watercolor set. You can see she's got a lot. I think I've only purchased maybe 10 colors on top of what I purchased from her. And then again, there's that one tube from A Gallo that I had to buy. And it's in this collection here. So that's what I've been doing regarding the watercolors. So I just wanted to give you an update. I'll be setting up my palette, and that's going to probably take me a whole weekend to do. So I don't know. I'll just probably show you the end result, because watching somebody paint swatches, some people enjoy that. I don't really. So I'm not going to film it. But I'm going to sit there and integrate my palette together, so that now that I have a bigger collection. And I think I showed you my palette on the previous video if you watched the watercolor haul. So you can see that as well. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.